Alright guys, I'm doing a quick rundown on gear for what I'm going to bring to Salsk. I'm going to start with weapons, move to the things on my person, and then we'll move into sustainment gear. So whichever part you're interested in, feel free to skip ahead. So this is my AR. This is a custom build by Fatco Customs. Pretty sweet. The notable features though is I run a thermal on here. I'm normally a platoon leader, squad leader, so I don't do a whole lot of shooting, but being able to identify targets and then hit the targets with a laser for my, just basically target designation. That's pretty much what I do. But this is pretty simple stuff. These are the Banff mags. If I'm not running a thermal, I will run a red dot with a magnifier, but that's not, I usually save that for like CQB games. Thermals are not cheat codes anymore, they're a bare necessity. People are getting thermals, everybody's gonna have thermals soon, so thermals are the way. Moving on to what's on my person, we'll start with kit. Obviously, got mags. I don't carry a bunch of mags because again, I'm a PL squad leader. I don't shoot a whole bunch. Super critical, a fan, some kind of portable fan, because a lot of these games it'll be warm and then instantly the temperature will drop. Your goggles will fog, your nods will fog. Something you can take and blow into your face to get the fog away. This is hugely helpful. It's saved me in a lot of games. I've got dual radio set up with the TCA PRC 152As. Obviously got two of them. I run an admin pouch. Admin pouch mostly is for medicine, make me feel good because I'm old and broken. Lens cloths, a little bit of lens. Oh, I broke it. Oh, that's fine. Lens cleaner stuff. Keep the GoPro in here. I'll rotate this out with my night vision. And then just general, I might need this right now kind of stuff. GoPro batteries, some hot hands, more anti-fog. Just nice little niceties to have. I'll also throw in some cowboy coffee chew, in lieu of actually coffee out there, as well as these Send It subs. These aren't like super hardcore, but it's basically a pre-workout. Here's some, just hit of caffeine to keep you going if you need it. Obviously I've got my push talks. I keep my nods on me. Not that I don't trust you guys, but I don't trust you guys, so I keep my nods on me in this case, along with a dump pouch for either grenades or whatever various purposes. Running my antennas to the back here. And also, this is important, I keep a 1 liter Nalgene on me. That's what the drinking tube is there. I keep the 1 liter Nalgene on me. My very first Milsim West, we took contact during the march in, so we dropped rucks, and I spent the next 4 hours in a gunfight without any water, and it was not great. So I always keep water on me. If I'm not doing this, I'll do a zipper pouch back here, and this will have a Camelback in it, but for this game, sticking with this, because I'm actually gonna be running a bigger ruck. Moving on my person, two huge noteworthy things. One, your socks and your drawers. Darn Tough socks are the way to go. Darn Tough socks, I will wear one pair the entire weekend. I've worn one pair, whether it was raining, whether it was hot, whether it was cold, one pair. They are fantastic socks. They're like $25, but they are the best socks. If you're not wearing Darn Toughs, good luck. The other one is your drawers, sacks. Sacks are the way to go. They are like designed for this, right? For wearing for multiple days. Highly recommend Darn Toughs and sacks. A lot of guys will struggle on those things. I'm gonna have my tourniquets on me. I always bring more than one because I can't tell you how many of these I've picked up off the ground that people have lost. So I have a whole stash of them, mostly for people who have just fucking lost them. My watch, I run a Garmin watch, so I can go into a, well, come on, do the thing. I can run it in tactical mode. It's got GPS on it. It'll give me a whole bunch of stats, heading, all that fun stuff. So Garmin's a really great watch if you run the tactics. This is the 7. Obviously I gotta run my Salsk patch from last year. I love the Oakley pilot gloves. These are pretty fantastic. These ones are super beat up. I got a new pair. I haven't decided if I'm gonna wear the new ones or keep my salty ones for this game, so I got them both laid out here. The uniform itself, obviously top, bottom. I do run knee pads there somewhere out here, so I run knee pads because you will do a lot of kneeling during halts and whatnot. Get you a good belt, like just spend the money, get a good belt. I like the stretchy belts. I'm a little dude, so they tend to fit better. There's, you know, some people don't like the combat tops. I run a plate carrier, so I'm gonna run a combat top. People don't like plate carriers. Some people are like, just go chest rig. Well, I'm a small guy and I need real estate, and chest rigs just don't cut it out when you're as small as me. Have my headlamp out here as a on my person. This is something I pretty much wear around my neck as a necklace the entire time. You never know when you're gonna need the flashlight, and hopefully it doesn't go dark on you while you're out. So I keep it on me. It's like nothing to wear. Pen and paper. Right, my medical card is in here as well. I've had the same medical card for 2 years, so any kind of paperwork will stay in there and be on my person. Obviously the iPro, I'm running the, what are these, the Oakley M frames with the inserts. I don't have the lenses for the inserts yet, so if they come in before the game, I'll have them try that out, but I can't see, I'm blind and old. All right, on to headgear. So I've got options. I'm not running the helmet this game. Team Wendy helmet, fantastic helmet. I would normally run the Comtacs on it, but I've taken them off for this game. But if I do run a helmet, especially like in a CQB game, this is pretty much a must. This game I'm going to try out something new. We've got the, I think it's Tactical Tailor head harness, I think that's what it is, that I built into this boonie. So gillied it up. I run sniper kits at other games, so trying this out, seeing how well it works. I've also got the Cry Skull Crusher. I'm a big fan of Skull Crushers, super comfortable. This Cry one is fantastic. Nice padding back here, but got the Cry. So I'll be testing both of these. Both of these will be at Salsk. I'll probably do a review on it. Always keep a day cap. In the event I'm just super tired of wearing this stuff, something comfortable to put on. Night vision, keep you out of the sun. My night vision, I run a PVS 14 on my left eye and a thermal on my right eye. It's the IRA ML19. The images co-witness pretty well. I'll run a battery pack on the back of one of these for a counterweight, but it's super helpful. Again, thermals are pretty much a must. I'm like the Predator out there with my thermal scope, but I wear it on my right eye because I can pivot it up out of the way and then get down on my thermal scope using my right eye. I know a lot of guys that bridge thermals like that, they'll run it on their left eye because it's their non-dominant eye, but since I can transitioning to a thermal scope, I run the thermal on my right eye. Oh, and of course, gotta have the Leatherman, and I keep electrical tape on me because you never know. Right. So when it comes to the pack, I try to go as light as possible. I use this, it's a Mystery Ranch, a bunch of dog hair. I got a bunch of dogs. Mystery Ranch, there's my knee pads. All right, so Mystery Ranch bag, I think it's like a 30-35 liter. I've got the Marine Corps Philby patches, I think they're patches, bags on the side, pouches, there we go, get my words right, on the sides. I don't really use them a whole bunch, but they're there if I do need to go bigger. I'll bring chem lights to the game. I won't carry all of these. I'll distribute these to the platoon so they can use them just throughout the game. Face paint, not necessarily a must, but yeah, we're LARPing, play the part. Poncho, this is one of the items that I may or may not bring. It serves as, my wet weather. So if it's gonna like rain, this is coming. If it's not really gonna rain and we've got difficult terrain, this may not come because I rarely bust it out. Of course, speed loader, more pen and paper, the shot cord. You never know what you need to tie down, and to have that's handy. I'll have, this is about 2.5 liters of water when it's totally full. This will be in my pack for while we're rucking, and I'll keep that 1 liter on me. I've got extra push-to-talks, mics, in case my contacts go down for whatever reason, right? I can transition over to a hand mic, but hopefully the contacts don't go down. I've got the actual normal lid to my Nalgene, in case there's a like a drink mix or something I want to throw in there. I don't want to suck it through the tube because that's hard to clean. Got that. Batteries for whatever equipment you're running for my thermals, and thermals, the lasers, all that stuff is in here. Food's a big question. I'm gonna take some time on this one. Nope, can't do that. This is all the food that I'm bringing. It doesn't look like much, but here's what we've got. These Pro Meal bars, highly recommend. I get them from REI. You can probably get them anywhere else, but they're about 400 calories each. So sitting here, just the Pro Meal bars, I've got 2,000 calories. Is that right? So 4 times 5, yeah, 2,000 calories worth of food. You think we're out there for 40 hours. If you eat really well before you come, maybe run a little caloric deficit during the game, you'll be fine. Go get a big meal, you know, at the end of the 40 hours. I like these oatmeals. They're basically, you know, just like the MREs. It's got a little heater in here, so you pour water in it, it heats it up. The hash brown potatoes, this is fantastic. A lot of times I won't eat them. I save them for if I'm feeling really poopy, wake up really cold, and it's like, oh, I'm cold and wet, and I'll have me a hot meal. But I try to just depend on the rest of this and ration it throughout the game. These little fatties are 200 calories each, so we're up to 2,200 calories here between that and this. I've got, these are the Fuel for Fire. They're like a vegan Slurpee or whatever. I don't know, like a shake. I don't know what you call it. A smoothie. There we go. So, you know, they're 100 calories each. So I got another 400 calories. So without this, for a 40-hour game, I'm looking probably what, around 3,000 calories. Which is, if you eat well, you show up well fed and prepared, you can make it through the 40 hours on a little bit of a caloric deficit and be okay. I see a lot of guys just packed down with all kinds of like stoves and whatnot, and then like they get half a mile into the initial movement and they are sucking wind. Don't do that. All right, you're gonna be uncomfortable. You got to pick where your uncomfort needs to be. If you're a little hungry, you know, but you're able to still keep moving because you're not exhausted from carrying a 60-pound pack, you know, cut back where you can. This is another wonderful thing. So it's a soft shell jacket. It's waterproof, but it's also super warm. This is my dual purpose cold weather, wet weather jacket. If I do drop the poncho, you know, and I've still got this to protect me from any kind of like light rain. It wouldn't do great in heavy rain. That's where the poncho comes in, but this is pretty good for dealing with just, you know, light rain or inconsistent rain. All right, so on to sleeping gear. This is pretty much what I'll bring for sleeping gear. I've got a whoopee. It's actually a rumple, but you know, it's basically a whoopee. I've got a bivy sack. This tarp, this is another thing. If it's not gonna rain, this isn't coming. It's heavy, but basically I can set this tarp up into a hooch, and it's got ties all along the top. So it's got multiple tie down points. Oh, I gotta let this thing dry. I just went camping last night. I gotta roll that out. So this is one of the may or may not come. It's not coming to sauce because the rain's not gonna be hard enough to justify it. Obviously you get the bivy sack. Bivy sack's a must have, because what I'll end up sleeping in is the bivy sack, the sleeping pad, and the big whoopee, and that'll keep me warm. I'll stay in my clothes and as much gear. I can throw that on for additional warmth if I need it. Probably will at this game. It's gonna be in the 40s, but this is the sleeping setup. This sleeping pad is actually on sale right now, and it's super awesome. It's insulated, but the way that they designed it, it does better than your normal sleeping pad to actually keep your warmth in. Definitely look into it. I think it's on sale right now for like $150. It was like $260, $270 when I bought it, something along those lines. But yeah, fantastic sleeping bag. My trash bags, oh, that's the other thing. I hate that it's bright yellow, but it is what it is. If you're breaking out your sleeping pad while the enemy's present, you know, you're probably wrong anyways. But basically you just blow into the end here, right? This thing will inflate, and then you just scrunch it down and it pushes air out here, right? Clip that into there, and it pushes air into here, and it only takes like 2 or 3 blows and I've got the whole thing inflated. But that stays in here. The trash bags stay in here as well. This is my pillow. It's my inflatable pillow. It scrunches down to almost nothing, right? It's my inflatable pillow. That's one of the maybe not, depending on what the terrain's gonna look like. Oh, got hot hands. if you're gonna get hot hands, get the real ones, like the real hot ones, because little hot hands just don't really cut it very well. And of course, some kind of waterproof bags. And I think that's it. I think there's anything else I've got out here that needs to be talked about. I don't think there is though. Well, I've got my contacts. I'm running them on a headband because I'm not running the helmet this game. So that's it. If you got any questions, just hit me up. I'll try to help you out with gear. But at Milsim West, less is more. Right? You're moving a lot, you're gonna be uncomfortable. You gotta figure out where you want your discomfort to be. Can you deal with being a little cold or a little hungry, you know, and not just zap all your energy rucking around a whole bunch of equipment. That's how I go. I pack light, as light as I can. So that's it. Yeah, if you guys got any questions about gear, just hit me up.